Let's get to the next part, which is competitor analysis. Now, this again is something very interesting and something very powerful in terms of the kind of insights or analysis it could do. Basically, what competitor analysis does is it can actually help you see the content strategy for different brands. Now, let me first choose Starbucks. So this is basically a competitor analysis which I am running for Starbucks. If you want to run a competitor analysis for any of your competitors or any of your personal handles, you need to click on the manage competitor option here. You can either add the Instagram handle or the Facebook page. It either has to be a public Instagram handle or a public Facebook page for it to work. The other platforms such as LinkedIn, etc., are not supported because they do not have official APIs which can actually help this. Now, let's come back to Starbucks. What I see here is this is that overall level of data, wherein this shows the number of followers Starbucks has. This is the number of posts, average likes which every post gets, what is the percent average engagement, and average engagements and comments. Now, this data is for this particular data range. If you want to see data for a specific data range, you could actually click on it and also change the data range if need. Let's look at the exact data which it is showing. So first thing which it shows is the content distribution pattern. This is where it talks about what is the content mix of different categories. So how is this generated? The AI looks at every generated post and it tries to categorize it into different categories. So the foods and drink section has posts like this, and these are actual posts. You could click on any of this post and it will take you to that actual post on Instagram. So what we see here is most of the times Starbucks either talks about food and drink or food and beverages, and sometimes about food, sometimes about infotainment, social media, and others. Now, the second way of looking at it is to see how does the engagement actually work for them. So if you notice, the share of the pie for food and beverage was small here, which was on a content distribution pattern, and it is slightly larger on the engagement pattern, which basically means that food and beverage is actually generating me 20% engagement, whereas the content contribution was only 25%. This means for Starbucks, this kind of a category is actually working better. This is the first way of looking at data. Second way is content themes. This is where what we do is we actually group all of that generated content into similar themes, and we also put some sort of labels to those themes. Now, the power here is if I have to see what is the themes which are generating the most type of engagement, I can just sort it by the engagement percentage. So whenever Starbucks talks about something like this, which is costumes and upcoming events, they generate the most engagement. If I scroll down to the bottom, I think this is some sort of a kids entrepreneurship bit which they did. Apparently, this has not generated that much engagement. This is, I think, the seasonal celebrations and all the uncategorized content. This is also generating okayish engagement. So basically, if I was Starbucks or if I was competing against Starbucks, I would try to do something more on these lines, which is in the positive space. So this basically gives you a lot of ideas of what type of content should you create. Third is hashtag analysis. Within hashtags, we try and figure out what are the different hashtag sets which Starbucks uses. We also tell you which are the top 5 used hashtags and what are the details of the hashtags. Then comes the post performance. This is basically a very statistical analysis kind of a section which tells me how does my post distribution look like. So Starbucks either posts videos or single images. They post very few carousels. Surprisingly, single images generate more engagement for them than videos. Then it tells me when are they actually, I would say, distributing, which is publishing the post. This shows me the online activity. Seems like they have been fairly regular, and most of the days they try to publish one video and one single image. Then this is how the engagement activity looks like. Seems like the posts which were done around this time, which is 21st of August, they went viral for some reason. Then comes the best performing posts and all of the posts. The best part here is you can actually save all of this generated content as a PDF. This is a white label PDF, so you can use it to present it to your clients. This was computation analysis in a